Welcome to Polymer Products Philippines Incorporated's How-To series, where you will learn the basics on polyester resin uses and applications. This video is a guide on how to make a model fiberglass boat. Please take time to read these reminders, as safety is a priority when using resin and fiberglass. The materials from Polymer Products Philippines Incorporated that you will need are the following: Durawax Model Release Wax, 31-411T Gel Coat Resin, Chopped Matte 300 or 450 Fiberglass, R10-103 Semi-Flex Resin, Imported MEKP Hardener, Axle Glow, Cormat 2mm or 3mm, aluminum roller. For tools and equipment, please prepare brush, scissors, weighing scale, model boat mold, grinder, plastic cups and stirrers, mallet and plastic wedge, syringe, cutter, and rags. Use a brush to apply Durawax Model Release Wax on the inside of the boat mold. The wax will help release the product from the mold. Then use a clean rag to buff. Then thoroughly apply another layer of Durawax. Buff again until the mold is shiny and smooth. Weigh the proper amount of 31-411T Gel Coat Resin for the size of boat mold that you are using. In this case, use about 120 grams. The color is subject to your preference. Then mix 1-2% imported MEKP hardener. In general, use this formula when mixing resin and hardener: 1-2% MEKP hardener by resin weight, or 1-2 grams hardener for every 100 grams of resin, or 10-20 grams hardener for every 1 kilogram of resin. Mix well. Note that resin only has a pot life or working time of 8 to 10 minutes once it is mixed with the hardener, so mix only the amount that you will use immediately. Then use a clean brush to apply the gel coat hardener mixture to the boat mold. Make sure that the mixture is applied evenly to the mold. Allow the resin to gel for about 15 to 30 minutes. Set aside. Cut a sheet of chopped matte fiberglass 300 or 450. Cut according to the size and shape of the mold you are using. Place the cut chopped matte fiberglass sheet on top of the mold and push it inside. Tear or cut certain portions of the fiberglass mat where folds occur to make sure that the fit is snug. Then pour R10-103 Semi-Flex Resin into a cup. For the boat mold size we are using, you will need about 200 grams of resin. Add 1-2% MEKP hardener. Mix well. Then use a brush to saturate the chopped matte fiberglass with the resin hardener mixture. Then use an aluminum roller to squish out all the bubbles. Make sure that the bubbles are removed, as it can cause the structure to weaken. You may use a brush in tandem with the roller to make sure that all the white parts are soaked with resin. This is a critical process in the production, so make sure that the resin is spread evenly and thoroughly and that all bubbles are gone. Allow to gel for about 20 minutes. When the fiberglass is in a semi-solid stage, use a cutter or scissors to trim the excess fiberglass. Cut 2 strips of core mat 2 mm or 3 mm to serve as stiffener. Core mat strips should be as thick as the sides of the boat. Also cut 2 strips of chopped matte fiberglass 450. These should be slightly longer and thicker than the core mat strips. Weigh the fiberglass. Multiply the weight by 3 and that will determine the amount of R10-103 semi-flex resin you will need. Then add 2% MEKP hardener. Mix well. Brush a thin layer of the mixture on the sides of the mold. Stick the stiffener on the side of the boat mold and continue brushing the resin hardener mixture on it. Place the first chopped matte fiberglass strip on top of the stiffener and then saturate it with the resin hardener mixture. Do the same on the other side. Allow to gel for about 20 minutes. Trim the excess fiberglass on the sides again before proceeding. Then use a rubber mallet to hit the sides of the mold to loosen the product. Use a plastic wedge to pry the sides of the boat from the mold. Apply Axle Glow on the boat and buff until shiny. Use separate rags to apply Axle Glow and another rag to buff. As a final step, use a grinder to neatly trim the edges of the fiberglass boat. For best fiberglass boat results, we recommend that you use Polymer Products Philippines Incorporated materials. For more information about the use and application of resin and fiberglass, or to know more about our products, please visit www.polymerprod.com. Thank you for watching. Please view our other how-to videos to learn the correct techniques, proper ratios, proportions, and materials handling. This video is brought to you by Polymer Products Philippines Incorporated.